Hi, I'm Jesse Diaz, and I've been receiving energy transmissions for over a year now. I've had over 200 energy transmissions to date, and actually the last 6 months have been pretty incredible. I just see myself growing really fast. I'm making connections. Synchronicity, my life is just unfolding very fast.
I was very impressed with his willing to give. And when I had this personal transformation with him, my body whole changes, everything changes. I can feel my body just changing, my brain and everything. And the things that I wrote down for my manifesting, and it's happening already.
My first energy transmission in March, I was in Kentucky, and it was remote. Could literally feel it from my crown all the way down in shifts through my body, and went out for 30 minutes, totally out.
Wow.
So since then, my allergies have changed dramatically. I mean, I haven't had nearly as much medicine. The sneezing, the watery eyes, the itchy throat have all disappeared.
This is my third retreat, and like since the last retreat in Chicago, that's when I started accelerating really fast. Just growing. My connection, my guidance is just so strong right now. I feel liberated in a sense. I'm able to walk through life, actually run through life right now, because I know both boundaries, and it's just so clear cut. The connection I have right now, so it kind of frees me to totally be myself and to run through life and just be, it's just fun.
I'm much more happy too since the transmissions. Just things happen still, life still happens, but I take it a lot better.
One of the things that I was looking for was fulfillment in my life, and so I asked to meet my special mate. And while he infused the energy in me, I could feel the tingling of the sensation, but didn't really know what was going on at the time. It was the first time I had met him.
I've noticed mainly in my son, his grades have improved very much. He's now straight A's and B's, and his basketball skills have improved like night and day, just physically. But he's more open now. He was very shy as a child, very extremely shy. And so now he's more open to friends, and so that's very amazing.
Then a month or so later, my daughter went to a convention in Chicago, and she called me. I was at work. She says, Dad, I don't know how to say this. I never give your phone number away, but I met someone I think you ought to meet. And so I gave her her phone number, and she's going to call you. And lo and behold, I got a telephone number for a home phone. I received the phone call that she promised me I was going to receive, and it was someone that she worked with. And things just clicked perfectly. And 2 or 3 months later, we decided things were right, and I've learned through life that when you know something's right, you move on it. So we got married.
This is so important time.
Right.
And he's here.
Right.
And there's so many beings here now this day. And changing and the outlet. Wow.
I would thank him very much for inviting me here to Los Angeles to be at this retreat, since I would not have been here without his invitation, and to give him a profuse thank you for the effect that he brought upon our lives, because it's been very enjoyable, very good for both of us.
My name is James Robinson, and I am originally from North Carolina. I've been living in Atlanta, Georgia, and I'm currently moving to Phoenix, Arizona. I've had a lot of work experience, shall we say. I was a trial attorney for almost 30 years, and I was a cattle rancher, I owned a restaurant, I trained horses, and for the last 7 years I've been a spiritual teacher and healer.
Great. So how did you get involved with the Trivedi organization? How did you meet Mr. Trivedi?
That's a great story. I go around the world teaching and doing healings, and I have a woman that is a promoter for me in Canada, and she came to me 2 summers ago and said, "You've got to check out Mr. Trivedi." And I said, "Why?" And she said, "No, really, I'm serious. This man is the real deal, and you have to get an energy transmission from him." And I said, "Why? That's what I do for a living. I don't need to get an energy transmission from anybody." She said, "No, please, for me, just have one." And so I signed up for remote energy transmission just to get her to be quiet. And the first thing that happened is I had a vision, and I don't have vision, so I'm not clairvoyant. And so I had this vision where a lot of stuff was happening, but as a result of that, I decided that I needed to get more transmissions because it was a life-changing experience for me. And the progress of it is that I joined the Healing Masters program right sight unseen.
What is the Healing Masters program?
The Healing Masters program is a program that Mr. Trivedi provides for people who are in the healing arts and alternative medicine and that type of service to man, and also for people who have a vision that perhaps they can do what he does and want to give energy transmissions to help other people as well. And so he started this program in September of 2010, and so I was one of the first ones to participate in that program. And then in November, I was having such great experiences with receiving those energy transmissions as far as getting better sleep, less anxiety. My life was profoundly simpler and happy, and relationships were amazing, and it just seemed like I knew what to do at the right time, and just
Wow.
it just really changed because I was one of those people that would do everything wrong just for entertainment. And however, I struggled, I suffered, I was miserable.
Right.
And once I started having these transmissions, everything that he promised came true as far as knowing what to do, being connected to my intuition, and knowing how to be happy, which was the first time in my life I could truly say that I was happy.
Okay, so can you please tell me your name, where you're from, and a little bit about yourself, like what you do for a living?
Sure. My name is Elder Dufishard, and I'm from San Diego, California. And just recently I was released from my job, July 31st, 2011. So I found it very strong that I be here this weekend because I'm going through a big shift in my life right now. I feel that from the energy transmissions, Mr. Trivedi always talks about our inner GPS, becoming more aligned with that. And so during my job, I felt like my passion and my purpose was coming on strong, but I didn't know how to go about bringing it forth. And so when I was released from my job, the first 30 seconds was very fearful, like, wow, I'm gonna pay my bills, my car note. But then a piece of calm came over me about 30 seconds later and said, this is what you've been waiting for. This is actually your time to go out and start to live your destiny and impact the people that you would like to help along their journey.
All of this was remote, and which was really remarkable because there's a lot, I know for a lot of people, they really don't know if remote is as good as in person or if they believe in remote transmissions or any of that. And for me, it was extremely powerful. And I had just one great experience after another. And every aspect of my life has improved. Mentally, physically, spiritually, financially. And so everything that Mr. Trivedi talks about as far as how your life can improve has happened for me.
After the first call, the first time on the computer with Mr. Trivedi, the first energy transmission was like fabulous. I could feel like this
Wow.
light, like come from the bottom of my feet up to my body, and it felt like this light just came out of my head, like to the heavens. It was like amazing. So I knew right then and there that it was a real deal.
Wow.
And we've got this retreat that we're looking at for the next 4 days, and it's just whenever I get in and around this energy, it's just really, really wild and incredible things happen in my life. And so it's not something, I couldn't have imagined anything that's happened since I started getting these energy transmissions. It's not anything that I've been wanting for a long time. It just started happening. And I really think that if I had to come to any kind of conclusion about it, it's that it's because I'm happy in this stuff. I've opened up and just let whatever's going to happen, because I was unhappy, because I was self-critical, because I didn't like myself or any of that nonsense, if I'm happy, then really cool stuff starts to happen. And so I've been very, very fortunate, and be eternally grateful to be able to volunteer for the Trivedi Foundation, and that is its own reward, to be able to see other people be transformed as well as myself, which and some of the stuff I've seen in my mind even dwarf what's happened to me. So it's just amazing to me how powerful this energy is. It's getting more powerful. It's more miracles are happening every day, and it's just been one of those experiences that I could never have imagined when I was back in mainstream, going to work every day and thinking that that's all there was to life, because that's not all there is to life. Once you can connect with this energy that Mr. Trivedi has been so incredibly generous with, then your life will start becoming something that you couldn't have dreamed of, and it's great fun.
Great.